Okay, welcome. We're back again. This class, we're gonna be talking about, why narcissists why do they seem to like they always get what they want, right? Many of you who have dealt with them and have experienced uh, a narcissist coming into your life and almost turning it upside down. For many of you, that may have happened. The narcissist ran through, got what they wanted, moved on, pressed on like nothing, like you were nothing, right? And it can seem like these individuals just go on and on and on and get by with never paying the consequence, never having to, um, feel the effects of the damage that they do to other people and stuff like that. But we got to look at some things, right? We have to look at some things in this particular instance when it comes to them, and let's break down why a lot of times they do manage to get what they want. So let's look at the operation, okay, of how narcissists operate. How do they operate? And the narcissist has the mentality of by any means necessary. You see, this type of narcissism, the full-blown narcissist, has not developed the developmental mind, the cognitive faculties of their brain, right? There's a lot of things that were left undeveloped, and so to make up for that, they have to be very skilled at scheming, lying, manipulating, right? They have to be very good at that, basically. Where a person who has went through life and has learned a lot of things and have a lot of skills, if we look at narcissists, one thing they have in common is they lack a lot of life skills, typically. This is why you get them taking the shortcuts with everything. They don't want to follow the rules because following the rules increases their probability of having to compete with others that may be more that can out compete them, that can outdo them at least, right? So they tend not to want to get into competitive type of situations. They usually want to get into situations where they know that they can have the advantage, right? They want people to be more into them than they are about the other person. Okay, they like situations like that. They always play the positions game, and they know how to play the positions game well. They know what positions to put themselves in and which positions not to put themselves in. The narcissist is not falling in love. They're not picking because, oh, they happen to just like and love you. No, they're picking and selecting their prey based off how suitable and usable that particular person can be for them. Okay, they have to see that they can utilize that person in that situation to the best of their advantage before they get into it. This is how they think. A lot of average people, they go for, again, I talked about this at the university, um, about the ideal, how you like something that is idealistically uh, based within what you want. And a lot of times when we play with the ideals, we get ourselves in trouble because a lot of things which you like doesn't necessarily end up being good for you. Okay, and the narcissist understands this pretty well because the narcissist is operating out of survival mode. The average person isn't, which is going to make the narcissist catch on to things that are going to be beneficial to their survival at a higher percentage. Okay, they're picking things that is going to work out for them at a higher percentage than normal people do. Normal people balances this out with their own capabilities that they can bring to the table or that they're coming with. And they figure, well, if I bring what I got to someone and they're on the up and up, then we can build something. Something can work out. And that's fine, but that's not how the narcissist operates. The narcissist knows how to go around and how to make believe or give a makeshift type of reality, if you will, so that people buy into what they believe is to be beneficial for them and what could be something that that person may want to have in their life. The narcissist is good at selling people that. Okay, they're very good salesmen. Right? And again, a narcissist has a by any means necessary mentality. Right? They're hunters. They're usually more aggressive than the average person. A lot of you don't see this because they suppress this so that you don't see how aggressive they are. Very aggressive in nature. They don't believe in fairness. They don't play by the rules. They're renegades. They're unruly and unpredictable. They have to be in order to survive how they are. The narcissist is at a quite they're at a major disadvantage when it comes to people who have the skill set and have developed their mind and stuff like that, and their experience in many different areas. The narcissist is not going to be able to compete with that person head to head straight up. So they have to find ways to cheat or to get an advantage, and that's how they are able to get what they want. The appearance of them getting what they want more often is because they're not playing by the normal rules that everyone else plays by. Right? They're playing off a whole new script because they can lie, they can fake like they love someone. They can go and fake a deep relationship with someone like they're fully committed and invested, but it's all fake. It's for their survival. And you're thinking that it's something deep and meaningful, but it's only entertainment how they see it. They're there to entertain you. And they don't really like doing that. That's the big thing about it. They don't like to put on this entertainment act to appease you. That's a lot of work for them. That's a lot of work, and they don't necessarily like it. But subsequently, this produces a lot of the short-term, the favorable at least short-term outcomes that benefits the narcissist. Right? And the narcissist operates in such an ambiguous manner to get whatever they want that people are often they're confused throughout the way. They don't know if the person really loves them or if they don't. So a lot of times a person will keep giving the benefit of the doubt to the narcissist, not knowing the underlining specific agendas that the narcissist has laid out, which has nothing to do with building with that person. And people don't see this. The narcissist is able to fly under the radar before they get discovered. And again, the victories that you see a lot of them winning, again, I said this, it's short term. It's very short term, short lived. It depends on how knowledgeable and aware the other person is. Now, if they get with a codependent, you can see situations with the narcissist last for years because a codependent is going to hold on because they have their issues too. And they believe that this is something beneficial to them that they should be holding on to and fighting for. Works well for the narcissist. It works well. Right? And believe it or not, this is one thing y'all have to understand. Some of the traits that narcissists possess, although the narcissist behavior, can be egregious in many ways, a lot of those traits are what we all need for survival as people. Everyone has narcissistic traits in them. You have to. It's paramount to your survival. You have to have it. The difference is the narcissist is at the toxic. They're at the maladaptive state. It doesn't fluctuate with them. It stays on 24/7. Okay? It doesn't rear its head up and then subsides and they go back to being normal with, normal rationality and logic and reasoning. That doesn't work that way in the narcissist mind. That's why it is dysfunctioned. It is considered a mental disorder. It's out of order. It's not working properly. And it causes them to be in that state all the time. They can't make adjustments. And because they're stuck in that state, that's the only way they can be to survive. Now, unfortunately, by default, many of the people that come across them become victims of circumstance because of that person's disorder. Right? They're going to be a narcissist. That's what they're going to be. It's up to you to be able to understand how toxic and detrimental it can be if you involve yourself with them. Right? But we all have it. They're just at the toxic spectrum of it. Right? But this is what makes them more bold, more assertive, more likable in such ways. But the underneath the core of that, there's no adjustment to be fair. There's no adjustment to be morally sound with them. You won't get that in a disordered person with narcissistic personality disorder. You won't get the balance. You won't get the adjustments. And this is what makes it such a diabolical type of disorder, okay, within them. But it's also what allows them to survive and get the many options that they get and get into the many beneficial situations that they get into. Doesn't mean that they're going to hold on to it. Because with that disorder being so unbalanced in the way that it is within them, it causes them to self-sabotage nearly everything that they get themselves involved into. That's a part of the disorder, self-sabotaging. Think about that. If someone is going to always self-sabotage something, it's not going to work out for very long. It's not going to operate very good. And so a lot of you looking on the outside into situations with the narcissists and saying, oh, it looks like they always get what they want. They always have this and have that. It's at a cost, though. It's at a cost where they can't fully enjoy it. They can't fully sit back and say, oh, I'm so thankful I finally got this. I'm going to be able to manage and maintain this. It won't. Because the disorder that they have doesn't allow them to maintain something for lengthy periods of time. They're going to self-sabotage. They're going to disrupt and corrupt also whatever they have going on elsewhere. It's just how it is. It's only a matter of time. It's not if, it's when. And the when happens quite often than not. And that's the one thing that a lot of people get so caught up on, that it seems like, oh, the narcissist is getting away and they're doing this. Well, if you understand the disorder fully, you know that it doesn't allow them to operate in a certain capacity that produces stability, right? It doesn't allow them to produce anything with stability. Now, they're good at maintaining themselves only for themselves, right? So you can see some that know how to keep a job, or, something low level, something without a high degree of responsibility. They can function well in, because it's part of them surviving and having what they need to keep going. A lot of them can't, though. A lot of them learn how to manipulate and finesse people into taking care of them. They're at a disadvantage A lot of people make narcissists out to seem like they're just so, like they're super beings. And they're not. It's actually a weakness. It's just that in certain areas, when it comes to being able to get the sympathy from others, to get people to like them, to get people to accept them, they're exceptionally well at doing that, better than most human beings that are normal, because it is important to their survival. Their survival depends on it. So of course they're going to be better. Of course they're going to know how to swindle and lie and con people. You know, that's a big thing, and they need attention constantly. Without attention, they feel alone. They feel abandoned. They're at unrest without attention. So they've learned, you know, as a default to this disorder, how to maneuver and get short-term victories, right? And people who are unaware or uneducated of how this disorder plays itself out, or they can't spot it, or they have a limited scope of how this mental disorder fully plays out, the narcissist will keep winning, because everyone, even though a lot of people even listen to these videos and so forth, they still really don't have a good comprehension of how this disorder is, which still will leave room for narcissists. There's some people, someone can tell them that they're a narcissist, and you have people that will still interact with them. You know what I mean? There will always be a sucker or a fool for a narcissist to manage to get a short-term victory with, to sustain them. And that's how they keep going. Okay, especially today's society. The society that we live in, hell, the devil could say, hey, I'm throwing a party at such and such time. I mean, you're welcome to come. He probably will have a packed house. It's just that many people that are, their minds are not clicking on all cylinders, at least. So that's just what we're dealing with. And so the narcissist has evolved and learned how to get around and get that type of support out of people. Okay, so it's not that they're winning. It's not that they always get what they want and that it's good. You're looking at it, it's like the glass half empty, the glass half full type of thing. Many of you that look at the narcissist as winning all the time is probably those who look at the glass as half empty. Just because you see a narcissist involved in many different situations does not mean that the narcissist is happy internal. Doesn't mean that they're satisfied. We know that because they're insatiable. It's all in how you interpret things. And if you know about the narcissistic personality disorder, and you understand it, then you know the narcissist is never fully happy, satisfied, or whatever, no matter what situation they're in. And at some point they will find a way to disrupt, contaminate, and destroy at least that situation or whatever other situation that they get themselves into. All right. Anyway, I want y'all to go ahead and hit the like button. Share the video if you think it can help someone. Just go ahead and share it to somebody. And so next time, y'all have a good one. Be safe out there. We'll talk soon.